Coming up in this Brightline construction update. I head back to South Florida to check on the progress between Jupiter and West Palm Beach in this update. We'll start in Jupiter and work south from there. Crews are at work at Toney Penna Drive, connecting the new track to the crossing. This specialized Pettibone speed swing machine had been helping move the rail into place. It's now backing up to move off the tracks. You can see the crew working on the south side of the crossing here. There were flaggers present at Frederick Small Road due to equipment working on the new track nearby. The signal equipment on the new track has not been activated yet, meaning the crossing protection would not operate for anything moving on it, hence the need for flaggers. That track equipment was working here at the new CP Jupiter crossover. You can see all the new signals and bungalows here. Looking north from Donald Ross Road, the new track looks to be almost complete. South of the crossing, new ties are laid next to the old mainline, ready to replace the old ones. This intermediate signal, north of Hood Road, will be removed soon once the new signal system is put into service. Everything looks complete south of Hood Road. By now, we are starting to enter Palm Beach Gardens. You can see some new intermediate signals here. The track in this area was recently shifted to broaden the curve, which will allow higher speeds. Looking north from Kyoto Gardens Road, you can see where the shift occurred, with the track shifting to the right. A ballast regulator and tamper were sitting under PGA Boulevard with a mobile mechanic there as well. There is still some work being done on the new track on the right here, south of Kyoto Gardens Road. Here's that ballast regulator and tamper headed back north. Additional equipment has been installed at this future defect detector. The intermediate signal here, north of RCA Boulevard, will also be removed soon. Track work is also still needed here. Work to raise the track and tamp the ballast is still needed south of the crossing. You can see the work still needed here at Burns Road as well. These thin poles with the white box at the top at all the upgraded crossings are radar units that monitor for vehicles blocking the crossing. They will eventually be able to alert train crews in advance of potential issues with vehicles stuck on the tracks. This is another area where the track was shifted to broaden the curve. Here the track's been shifted closer to the road on the edge of the right-of-way. The Lighthouse Drive crossing has been rebuilt. We've now made it through Palm Beach Gardens and are now at the Earman River. Taking to the sky over the tracks near the Earman River, you can see the new track assembled on the left. The last time I was here, ties are starting to be laid. Now they are all down and rail is attached. The new bridge here is on the left. The old one was replaced recently enough that it could continue to be used. And here's a look at the Lighthouse Drive crossing with the new track attached to it. Ballast still needs to be dropped on the new track. Around the curve here, the track was shifted to the right to broaden the curve. It had been on the edge of the ballast on the left. A couple of extra pieces of rail are laid in the middle of the new track. The Richard Road crossing has been rebuilt and the new track attached to it. In the distance, North Lake Boulevard was in the process of being rebuilt to add the additional track. Just past it is where the existing double track begins. Soon, that turnout will be removed and the new main line attached to create a continuous track. Heading back to the Earman River, we'll take a closer look at the bridge. The new bridge has a ballasted deck, which allows for standard concrete ties to be used, compared to previous bridges where the ties are part of the bridge structure. Here's an engineer's eye view across the bridge headed north. And going south. We'll now head south through Lake Park and Riviera Beach. Here is North Lake Boulevard, closed for its rebuilding. It started raining here at Park Avenue, so I apologize for the drops of water on the window. There are several piles of ties staged here. Here is the new Lake Park crossover. It should be put into service soon. It looks like some ties have been replaced on the main line here. Here's the spur line headed into the Lewis Terminal industrial area. On the siding here is a special maintenance of the way gondola used to move pre-assembled turnouts around. The 49th Street crossing has been upgraded to 3 tracks. At 45th Street, new medians have been installed. The 3rd track has been installed through the crossing as well, but a new track has not been laid north of it yet. Looking south of the crossing, you can see the new 3rd track on the left. We'll finish in downtown West Palm Beach with a drive past the station. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Also check out my social media pages.